Hey everybody, how's it going? B Temple back again. And today we're going to move on and we're going to look at, I guess, as fresh of a MCW as I've ever had before, I guess is the best way to put this. I think the pack date on the on this case was, I think, the 284th day of 2021. So yeah, that's probably sometime in, like, I think October, if my mental math is working correctly. That's sometime in October, I guess, in 2021, and we're in April 2022 right now, so these are incredibly fresh in the grand scheme of things when it comes to rations, to have something that's, only, 7, 8 months old, something like that. So, yeah, I thought I'd try out menu number 1. I don't think I've ever reviewed. I don't even know if I've actually ever tried this particular menu before, but it's beef stroganoff with noodles. Obviously, meal cold weathers are important in that for any sort of cold climate, you're going to want to have a main and items that have a lot less water content. So obviously the water doesn't freeze, and obviously it makes them lighter so you can carry more of them. And if you carry more of them, that's obviously more calories you can get into your body during the day, because you're going to burn off a lot more calories doing strenuous work in cold weather. So this one's packed by Sapaco, and it's, like I said, menu number 1, beef stroganoff. Doesn't really have like a tight, vacuum seal or anything. And even the code on this one is, like I said, 1284. It's got a peelable seal. Let's open this up and see what kind of items we have inside. Alright, so we got her opened up. Let's take a look at all the items, and then we'll give it all a try. So first, obviously, we've got our main. It's from Mountain House. Freeze-dried stroganoff with beef and noodles. It's already 130 grams, so it's a fairly sizable portion. You got 4.8 ounces of food already. And they're going to ask you to add 16 ounces to it. I never add anywhere near that amount. I find it always becomes a little bit too soupy, so I'm probably going to start with 12 and then see if I need any more, that kind of thing. One of our sides, we got ourselves a fig bar. I'm going to assume this is just going to be a commercially packed pack of Fig Newtons. And the first disappointment of the day, I've got Beverage Powder Tropical Punch. This is the MRE beverage base powder that I hate the most. And we got ourselves a vanilla dairy shake powder. Got a peanut butter dessert bar. Standard MRE spoon. And our accessory packet, which we'll open up. So first of all, they've gone back to the little small glass bottle of Tabasco. That's a nice little touch. We got Bill's Brew coffee and non-dairy creamer. Moist towelettes and a Enjoy brand sugar. So it's odd they don't have Domino anymore. And some toilet paper, matches, and some regular mint gum. So that's it. That's meant to be your one meal, as the name implies, meal cold weather. So we got your 2 sides, 2 drinks, and then your main. So you're going to need a lot of water for this. This needs 6 ounces. This needs 12 ounces. So that's 18. And this needs 16 ounces, but I'm probably only going to use 12. But still, that's 30 ounces of water, at least, I'm going to be using just to make these 3 items. And obviously 30 ounces of water is going to weigh a fair bit if you're going to have to lug it yourself, or if you're going to have to create it through, I don't know, melting snow or something along those lines. But yeah, so let's get the tray out, everyone, and let's get the freeze-dried main opened up and get some boiling water in there. Mix up our drinks and give everything a try. Hey, so this is odd. I've never had this happen before in an MCW. I was just using some boiling water from the Keurig to heat this up, and then water started spilling everywhere all over the kitchen counter. I thought that was just because I hadn't lined it up correctly. But the seal at the bottom of the pack right here actually started pouring water out. Now, it seemed to have a pretty good vacuum seal when I opened it, but at the same time, I'm still a little wary at the moment, because if the seal was broken on this, then it was at least open to the elements. And I know it's not that old, but I'm a little wary on giving it a try now, knowing that it's been in contact with air for, what could be several months, because the seal was compromised. So I might give this a try, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, everyone. So this is everything all laid out. We got our vanilla dairy shake. We've got our tropical punch powder. I tell you, aside from maybe getting a pack of Twizzler nibs or a bag of those just peppermint lifesaver rings, this is probably what I hate finding in the US MRE the most. We've got our peanut butter dessert bar, and then our commercially packaged and now opened and mushed together Fig Newton bars. And we've got our beef stroganoff. It's probably been sitting around long enough now. I'm going to at least give the beef stroganoff a try, even though, like I showed you, it was really strange in that the seal on this didn't seem to be proper. You know, you don't want to be pouring hot boiling water into something like this, and then all of a sudden the seal on the bottom isn't proper, and then the hot boiling water just starts spilling everywhere. So yeah, I've never seen that happen before on an MCW. It's the first time it's ever happened to me. I don't know of it happening to many other people, but hopefully it's just this one, and it's not the same with all the other mains in the particular case that I picked up. But yeah, we'll give our beef stroganoff a try at least. I'm going to just leave it in the pouch. It's probably less than 12 ounces of water ended up in it due to the amount that actually spilled out. But it is piping hot, and I'm going to make the assumption that it's actually edible. It at least smells okay, from what I can tell. But I guess we'll see now what the taste test says. So we've got, you know, our beef stroganoff. It's in like a creamy kind of sauce. You've got your little noodles and your ground beef. And there's supposed to be sort of little flecks of mushroom and whatnot in there. But yeah, let's give it a try. I haven't had, I don't know if I've ever had this one before, or if I've had it, it's quite some time ago. I mean, it's got a weird aftertaste. I don't know if that's just the preservatives or what, but there shouldn't be that much crazy preservatives in this. It is freeze-dried. But, yeah, I'm not going to go back to that. That's not great. So I don't know if that's just because the packaging's error or what, but let's cleanse the palate with something that I don't want to cleanse my palate with, and it didn't even mix properly. My God, I hate these. But, yeah, Tropical Punch. Yeah, tastes just like Tropical Punch Kool-Aid. It was probably one of my least favorite Kool-Aids growing up. Charcoberry Fin was always one of the best ones. But, yeah, that's not great, but at least it took that sort of weird aftertaste I was getting from the Stroganoff. Let's move on to our Fig Newton bars. I'm not going to try to tear these apart. I'll just take a bite from both layers. And yeah, that's delicious. Nice and dense. Fresh. Just the right enough amount of sweetness. Yeah, those are going to get finished pretty quickly. Let's try our vanilla dairy shake powder. These are usually pretty good. Oh yeah, that mixed fantastically. That is absolutely delicious. Yeah. That makes up for how bad the Tropical Punch actually is. And lastly, I mean, there's not a whole lot to these particular meals. I mean, you're getting a tremendous amount of food. I mean, obviously, if you put the whole amount of water in there, you're getting 21 ounces of food just in this particular meal. And I believe, yeah, the calorie count is 620 calories just for this one particular meal. You know, 24 grams of fat, only 2 grams of fiber, 68 grams of carbs, 29 grams of protein, stuff like that. So, I mean, this is where, you know, this is the bulk of it right here. But at least some of the sides seem to be good. I've had these peanut butter dessert bars before, and they are absolutely delicious. Just sort of picture it kind of like compressed chunky peanut butter, but more of like a halva, slightly kind of sense. Not as crisp sometimes as halva is, but it's sort of in between that and like, say, a dense fruit bar. Oh yeah, that is absolutely amazing. Following up some more vanilla dairy shake powder. Ooh, it's a great combination. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I don't really need to go through a whole lot more. It's really weird, I gotta say. Sort of disappointing and surprising all at once how the main turned out. I don't know if the aftertaste is meant to be there, or if it's just sort of degradation because of the fact the seal wasn't perfect. But yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen that happen before. I don't know if anyone else has seen it happen. If you want to leave a comment or something like that, where you've had a similar experience with one of these MCWs where the boiling hot water's leaked out through the bottom. But yeah, that's it. I mean, aside from getting tropical punch, I mean, that's a crapshoot. Sometimes you end up getting good ones like orange or grape or something like that. I'll even accept sometimes the little sachet ones, things like lemonade or cranberry grape, something along those lines, or even raspberry. I'd take any of those over tropical punch any day. I'm not even a huge fan of the fruit punch. The two punches are the two worst possible MRE beverage powders. I know some people hate the grape with a passion, but it's probably actually my number 2 or maybe number 1. But yeah, so guys, this has been a 2021 Menu 1 MCW from the United States of America. And all in all, aside from the weird packaging and getting the tropical punch, this has been great. So it's been nice to finally get another review done and send out to everyone, get to enjoy it with you all. And that's about it. I'm going to try to get back as soon as I possibly can with something else. Maybe next time do something like a larger sort of 24-hour ration, maybe from a country I've never tried yet. But we'll see what our next review brings. So, I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.